Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jashodanandana Vraja Janarandana. Jashodanandana Vraja Janarandana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari. Jayo Girivaradhari.
Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jayo Girivaradhari. Jayo Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jayo Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radhe.
Om Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra.
Jayo Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga. Jayo Nitai Gauranga.
Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Nitai Gauranga.
Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Prabhupada. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्र शतश्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरण भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्र शतश्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 17th chapter, text number 5. Vavau vayuhu sudusparshaha Futkaran irayanmuhu Unmulayan nagapati Vatyani ko rajodvajaha Vavau vayuhu sudusparshaha Futkaran irayanmuhu Unmulayan nagapatin Vatyani ko rajodvajaha Vavau vayuhu sudusparshaha Futkaran irayanmuhu Unmulayan nagapatin Vatyani ko rajodvajaha. Word to word meaning. Bhavau, blue. Vayuhu, the winds. Sudusparsha, unpleasant to touch. Futkaran, hissing sounds. Irayan, giving out. Moho, again and again. Unmulayan, uprooting. Nagapati, gigantic trees. Matya, cyclonic air. Anikaha, armies. Rajaha, dust. Dvajaha, ensigns. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Their blue winds which were most uninviting to the touch, hissing again and again and uprooting gigantic trees, they had storms for their armies and clouds of dust for their energies. Please repeat the translation. Their blue winds, which were most uninviting to the touch, hissing again and again and uprooting gigantic trees. They had storms for their armies and clouds of dust for their ensigns. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Chandra Shri Shintai Gaurang Srila Prabhupada Ki. Purport. When there are natural disturbances like blowing cyclones, too much heat or snowfall, and uprooting of trees by hurricanes, it is to be understood that the demoniac population is increasing, and so the natural disturbance is taking place. There are many countries on the globe, even at the present moment, where all these disturbances are current. This is true all over the world. There is insufficient sunshine, and there is always clouds in the sky, snowfall and severe cold. These assure that such places are uninhabited by demoniac people who are accustomed to all kinds of forbidden, sinful activities. The sense of Bhaktivedanta purport. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ववौ वायुः सुदुस्पर्शः फूत्कारान् हीरयन्मुहुः उन्मूलयन्नगपतिन् वात्यानिको राजध्वजः। Their blue winds, which were most uninviting to the touch, hissing again and again and uprooting gigantic trees. They had storms for their armies and clouds of dust for their ensigns. So, with the onset of the birth of Jaya and Vijaya, various types of natural disasters are impending. All those different signs are there. I remember in my childhood, my grandmother, when we used to go, she used to tell, what is this early morning? The crow is making ka, 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 something bad is going to happen. Or in the night, she used to tell, the dog is making that sound, not good sign. So that time we used to feel, my grandmother is so stupid. She doesn't have any intelligence. But now when I am reading Bhagavatam, I'm just thinking, what should I tell? Actually, they were intelligent, we were duffer. We never had any faith. We were made less intelligent by modern education. We became more gross. We lost the subtlety, that sukshma quality which we had, we have completely lost. Very, very gross. In all aspects of our life, as Kali Yuga processes, progresses, we become more and more gross. We want gross material pleasure. In every aspect of our life. And the more gross we are becoming, the more hard-hearted we become. We lose the gentle behavior. We can see. Like my elders, when my elders were there, they used to tell, seeing us, our behavior. Oh, this new generation is very harsh, very rude. They are like this, like that. So when we used to hear that, oh, acha. Now we are seeing the new generation. They are much more hard, much more this one than the current. They won't even listen. Everybody thinks they know everything in the world. So that is the, as Kali Yuga time progresses, we start becoming, we lose all our subtle qualities. Everything is now how, me, myself, and nothing more. We must have the talent how to pick up subtle aspects and then try to understand things. Just like you see, in the forest, the forest guide, he hears sounds, some birds making some. I remember once we had gone to one forest. That time the guide was telling, I'm here trying to get the sound. आज कोई sound ही नहीं आ रहा है. Where is the tiger? Where is the tiger? Because when the tiger comes in the forest, all the birds will make sound. Some kind of a sound. Warning sound. Now, subtle person, he is able to understand that, okay, this noise means the tiger is there. He trains. So we cannot just say all this is all fictitious thing. When, like, for example, when a storm comes, when there is huge earthquake, Bhagavatam is saying that these are all signs of different Rakshasas going to take birth. When there is big floods, when there is big earthquake, these are all signs of some Rakshasas who are going to take birth. Just like yesterday, day before yesterday, in Dubai there was huge floods. Huge. What rain had to come in 3 years, one day it came. Just imagine. The quota of 3 years rain in Dubai, in one day it came. There are many reasons, because when you do demoniac activity, when you try to tamper with natural, they are saying, we don't know, artificially trying to create rain. Lot of experiments was done in Dubai, it seems. Cloud seeding. You take an aeroplane, because ultimately clouds, from the clouds only the rain will come. From the cloud the rain will come. So they had tried to gather all the clouds through some artificial methods and try to. So some people are saying that this attempt has created such kind of a thing. We don't know whether it is, but whatever it is, whether it is due to that or not, that's immaterial. But the fact is, we cannot artificially try to create rain. How does rain come? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yajnat bhavati parjanya yajnah karma samudbhava. Parjanya means rain. If you want to, annat bhavanti bhutani. The world is run by food. How is food produced? Parjanyad anna sambhavaha. How is the food got? By rain. How is the rain got? Yajnat bhavati parjanyaha. By sacrifice you get rain. So if you see how modern society works, how our Vedic understanding works, they are saying if you want to get rain, our Shastra is saying if you want to get rain, what should you do? You should do sacrifice. That means sacrifice means what? You give it to Krishna. You give it, in our terms, you surrendered that to Krishna. Whatever you have done work, you do it as work for Krishna. You surrender it to Krishna. That is sacrifice. That is yajna. Whereas materialist, if they want rain, how are they saying? Let's do cloud seeding. Shastra is saying you do yajna for if you want, if there is something lacking, if there is no rain, then you do perform yajna. Materialist what will say? No yajna, let's do cloud seeding. So Prabhupada is always saying that even for material problems you should find spiritual solutions. Now what is for material problems, what is Kali Yuga people doing? Demoniac solutions. Not even material solutions. They are finding out demoniac solutions. We should find spiritual solution. Instead of that, they are finding demoniac solutions. So it is very sad that in Kali Yuga, because of lack of faith in spiritual practices, Krishna conscious practice, so very highest practice. Even basic ritualistic spiritual practices nobody wants to indulge. Of course, that ritualistic practice also will not give you any ultimate solution. It is only going to make your problem more and more bad. Whereas, if we surrender to Krishna, then we will get all benefit actually. I was just seeing this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, very nice verse. It says, Yan astaya naro rajan na pramadhyeta karichit dhavan nimilya vanetre naskale na pate dhiya. What does it mean? O king, one who accepts the process of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead will never blunder on his path in this world. Even while running with eyes closed, he will never trip or fall. Bhagavatam is saying, if somebody accepts devotional service to Krishna, they will never make a mistake. They will never blunder. To which degree? You can close your eyes and run. आप गड्ढे में नहीं गिरेंगे, आप फिसल नहीं जाएंगे, कुछ नहीं होगा. You will not go anywhere. If you do service for Krishna, if you do devotional service for Krishna, Bhagavatam is saying that yan astaya naro rajan na pramadyeta karyachid dhavan nimilya vanetre naskale na pate dhya. What more assurance we want here? If we have any doubt, oh, what will happen to me? I am in the temple. I am this, I am that. Shastra is saying so strongly, if you serve Krishna, then you can close your eyes and drive the car. Just imagine. In the most narrowest road, just imagine. In the most narrowest road, high traffic, you close your eyes and drive the car. Bhagavatam is saying, if you surrender to Krishna, you can do that. Why are we not trying this out? Complete surrender to Krishna. If you do like that, then you can do like this. But what is the demoniac we do? Let us produce Tesla, driverless car. Let us produce robot. You want more production? In material world, how is the demoniac thinking? Demoniac thinking means, oh, we are producing less. So what should we do? Let us automate. Let us do AI. That will produce more productivity. Whereas what are we saying? We say you chant more. You remember Krishna more. You make your heart more purer. Krishna will give you more. That is our process. Not like this. That is demoniac. Prabhupada says, the root cause of any scarcity is lack of Krishna consciousness. It is not anything else. Any scarcity, the root cause of that is lack of Krishna consciousness. So let us try to fill there. Let us try to work there. Okay, now I am chanting Prabhu. Now I am getting up in the morning. Okay, after that, what do? After that, I go and sleep. No, see, that is the problem. Are you engaging in Krishna's service? Okay, continue. Then you continue. Then you make. As you go on seeing, you make your Krishna conscious life more and more and more and more and more. There are hundreds of things where you can improve. You can build and build and build. Endlessly build. To such an extent that our acharyas, Vaishnava acharyas, even though they are the purest of the devotees, they say, I am a fallen soul. I have no qualities. That is the mood they are in. And they actually genuinely believe and think like that, that we have no quality. It is not simply from the mouth you are talking like that. They actually do believe because they can see themselves so deeply and they can see the spiritual realities. So in that dimension they are seeing themselves as. Whereas we are seeing very, in false ego we are trying to assess ourselves. And false ego will give you more and more false ideas that you are a great person. Because you have no, the person in false ego, what does he talk? He always goes himself and says, I am like this, I am like that, I did this, I did that. He cannot see what he is really. He only keeps on praising himself. A devotee sees himself as the lowest. Trinadapi shuni chena. More fallen, more humbler than a blade of grass. That's how we have to see ourselves. So, in this material world, people adopt various other processes. But those processes, those ways will not give them any perfection. Ye anya arvindaksha vimukta maninas tvayashta bhavad avishuddha buddhaya. Bhagavatam is saying, what is Bhagavatam saying who adopts different processes? Avishuddha buddhaya. Impure intelligence. Not Shuddha buddhaya. Avishuddha buddhaya. Their intelligence is contaminated. And because of that contamination, what happens? Even if they make a driverless car, even if they make robots, even if they do so many things, Aruyya krichrena param padam tataha patantyado anadrit yusmad angrayaha. They will fall down. They will produce all these things, and then what happened? One fellow will take atom bomb and drop there, and that fellow will take the atom bomb and both will destroy and die. We can see this. One fellow, he is saying, world, we have advanced, we have bought bombs. So much. They say that this earth, they can destroy this earth hundreds of times. So much atom bombs they have. Today, in this world, they have made so much atom bomb that they can destroy this entire earth many, many times. So much demoniac tendencies they have. And it is going to be material world. There will be differences of opinion. Because each fellow is a material person. So once that material problem becomes very big, there will be a fight. And if there is a fight, one mad fellow will drop and the other fellow also will drop. In the end, what will happen? Both will die. Aruyya krichrena param padam yadangreya. One who has not taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, this will be the situation. Whatever position, whatever technological achievement that they have, everything they will fall down from their position if they have not taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So clearly, Krishna is saying, Ashraddha dhana purusha dharmasyansya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. Krishna is saying, Ashraddha dhana purusha. Because why? They are Ashraddha dhana purusha. They do not have any Shraddha towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of that, dharmasyasya parantapa. Prabhupada says, those who are not faithful on the path of devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of the foes, but return to birth and death in this material world. It doesn't matter whether one is a karmi, jnani, yogi, philanthropist, politician, whatever. If one has no love for the lotus feet of the Lord, one falls down. That is the verdict given by the Lord. So we must develop that attachment toward the Lord. Then only, if we are not having that attachment in the Lord, then we find all these alternative ways of trying to settle, trying to make things better, the material conditions of our existence. So when somebody is saying that, some bad signs are coming, some cyclone is coming, that means Rakshasa are there. What you are talking, man? Cyclone, what will they say? If you tell cyclone is come, so if I tell you a modern person, cyclone has come in Dubai, so much rain has come, Rakshasa are there, people will laugh at me. That cyclone, what is that reason? El Nino effect. El Nino has created cyclone in, that will be the answer, they'll say. Modern science, they say all these kind of things. If Prabhupada will say, who created that El Nino? No answer. So we must understand that the ultimate cause of all the causes is the Sarva Karana. Karanam is Krishna. So if ultimately the cyclone is happening, ultimately the cause is Krishna, no? Why don't you go to the ultimate cause? That's the verdict of the Bhagavatam. No, how are you so sure? We don't. They also accept, materialists accept, and they say, see, we at least say, we know only this much and we are telling this much. But you people say, God is the cause of everything. Yes, we say God is the cause of everything. Because we have faith in the scriptures. They say this is madness. But we want to have faith in the scriptures. A little bit of Krishna consciousness, if you practice, you will start seeing the results, because your consciousness starts becoming pure. Your faith in the scriptures, your faith in the Shastras become more firm. Because you have not practiced Krishna consciousness, you have no faith at all. You have not kept that first step at all. So it becomes completely your masked. That's why Krishna says, Naham prakashah sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha. I am covered for the person who is not having faith in me. I do not prakasha. Krishna will not manifest in a person until and unless that person genuinely surrenders to Krishna, at least to some degree. Then Krishna will manifest. But if you are in arrogant mood, Krishna will say, you believe, you work. Krishna will give him the intelligence, the knowledge. Okay, you create Tesla, you create cloud seeding, no problem. You will go in that direction. You create nice building. You create new medical technology. No, do try. Prabhupada constantly questioned. As heart attack stopped, as cancer stopped, as all these diseases stopped, nothing has stopped. Everything is there as much as it is, what it was there. Some small little development you have done. You are jumping, boasting, big way. I did this, I did that. No. So as devotees, we need to become more and more determined in practicing Krishna consciousness and increasing our subtle intelligence by the grace of the Lord, not by our independent foolish tapasyas. Whatever we need, everything should happen by the grace of the Lord. we are willing to give everything to the will of the Lord. I surrender to the will of the Lord. Yata tatava vidadatu lampato. That is the principle. In any direction you want Krishna, I am willing to be turned and tossed and twisted and turned. That is the mood of a devotee. Prabhupada is saying, oh, how nicely I was living in Vrindavan. Everything was going on nicely. Now I am going to go to this, in that Jaladuta ship. Prabhupada is writing that poetry. He's saying, now you are taking me to a land of the Mlechas, the most fallen place. But I don't mind, Krishna. I am your Katputli. I am your puppet. Let me dance to whatever desire, whatever way you want me to swing, I will swing that way. This is devotee consciousness. He allows himself to be directed. He is not independently acting. Devotee means he allows himself to be directed. He does not act independently. Either by Guru, Krishna, by devotees, everybody. His identity is to be servant of the Lord, not to have independent motives. If there is a motive, that motive is only to serve Guru and Krishna. That's all. That is devotee consciousness. That is pure consciousness. Ambarish Maharaj has given us the roadmap how we can achieve this perfection of dovetailing all our actions in the service of the Lord. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayor vacham sivaikunda guna. Every action of our life can be dedicated to the Supreme Personality of God. I walk for Krishna. I speak for Krishna. I eat Krishna's food. Everything is in connection with Krishna. In that consciousness, we must lead our life. Not a bogi. Bogi means independent. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya pata chetasa maya aparata jnanam. Krishna is saying, one who is a bogi, he becomes baffled. Taya aparata chetasa. His consciousness is aparata. It's completely gone. Maya aparata chetasa. Maya has baffled him. What is untruth, he starts believing is the truth. Sometimes we become, when somebody comes and tells lies to us in a very nice way, very pleasing way, we think, wow, it is true. That fellow who is telling the lies very well knows that he is telling lies. But he is telling lies in such a way that we accept those lies as truth. So what will ultimately believing those lies, if we act, what will be our situation? We will end up doing very, very sinful activities. And when we do sinful activities, we have to suffer. There will be suffering. So if we take shelter of Guru and Krishna nicely, on the basis of the scriptures, on the basis of great acharyas, then our life can lead to the ultimate path of success. Ultimately, it will be lead to success. We'll stop here if there's any question, comments. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, प्रभुपाद की।